So we're back. My name is James Frasca. I am a video production specialist here at Videoguys. We are live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern on both Facebook and YouTube. So definitely make sure that you are following us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, because we're going to do awesome videos like this every Tuesday at 3 p.m. If you have any questions about anything that we go over during this show, or just any live streaming questions, make sure to give us a call at 800-323-2325. And my direct extension, if you want to get a hold of me, is 1111. All right, so let's start off with LiveU. LiveU has their LiveU Solo HDMI, and not only do you get the free 2 USB modem kit, you also get $200 off of the price of the LiveU Solo HDMI. So for the price of just $795, you are going to get both the LiveU Solo HDMI and a 2 modem kit. Now, if you don't know what the LiveU Solo HDMI is, it is an encoder that uses cellular data to make sure that you can encode your stream or live stream wherever you want. It has an HDMI port on it that you are able to plug any video source into it, and it can be something like a camera directly all the way up to, a professional mixer that has multiple inputs coming into it, but then taking that program out and plugging it into your LiveU Solo, and now you can stream virtually anywhere in the world, even if you don't have access to the internet. So that is a very cool product on sale for just $795 with 2 free modems. I do want to specify though that you will still need to get the Solo Connect data plan, and that is going to be available from LiveU for $295 a month. That includes unlimited data without throttling, so you can stream as much as you want, as long as you want. And just to make the deal even sweeter, we do give you a 5% off coupon for the data plan if you purchase the LiveU through us. All right, next we're going to talk about NETGEAR and their line of AV switches. We talk about the NETGEAR M4250 line of network switches a lot here on this show. As a matter of fact, they are our #1 tech tip or solution to an NDI workflow, and for these very 5 reasons. Number 1, they're engineered for AV over IP. They are specifically designed to be able to transmit audio and video, specifically with NDI. NETGEAR is committed to Pro AV. They have the M4250 line, but they also just recently introduced the M4350 line, which even adds more SFP plus ports, 10 gig ports, 25 gig ports. They are committed to AV over IP. They are easy to configure. There's just a web GUI, and you can configure all of the ports individually in that web GUI. They have presets for both NDI HX and full bandwidth NDI 5. And they're recommended by all of our partners, not just PTZOptics, NewTek, and BirdDog, but all of our partners are going to recommend getting the NETGEAR M4250 line of network switches because they work and they are certified by NDI. Now, in terms of switches that are under $1,000, we have 4 switches that are available. We have 2 desktop models and 2 rack mountable models. This one right here that you can see, this is a rack mountable model. It will fit in a rack. We also have desktop models that are that are much smaller. The pros with using the desktop mount are that it is smaller, so it takes up less space, but they also make much less noise. So we, like I said, have 2 desktop models available and 2 rack mountable models available that are under $1,000. Even with the power watt delivery availability with these switches, you can still have 3 or 4 PoE plus devices connected to them. And then even with the remaining ports, you can just plug in, a computer, or if you want to add another PTZ camera, just plug the power into the wall. You'll still be able to get the video and control all through one Ethernet cable. And just because we have these 4 on the screen does not mean that we are limited to these 4. If you have a production where you want to have many more cameras or NDI devices connected to your switch, we have switches that go all the way up to like 2,500 watts of available power and like 48 ports connected to them. So if you have any questions about the NETGEAR switch and which one is right for you, make sure to give us a call at 800-323-2325. And again, you can reach me directly at my extension 1111. All right, next we're going to talk about Atomos. So Atomos has their Connect family line of products, and in that family line is the Shogun Connect. Now, if you don't know what the connected family of products are, they take their well-known monitor and recorders and add the ability to use cloud-based technology in them. And what do I mean by that? So they have both the ability to NDI encode and decode NDI signals, so either convert your camera into an NDI signal to then put on your network with either wirelessly or with the Ethernet cable on the back of the unit. But then you also can decode, so if you have something, a video source on your network and you want to be able to show it on the monitor, maybe you want to show it to a director, the Shogun Connect can do that. But it's not limited to just that. You can also use Atomos's cloud-based editing program, and you can even use Frame.io to connect your Atomos, whatever you're recording in real time to the cloud, so then your editors can access your proxy files in real time and start editing your project while you're still on set shooting. It's a pretty cool technology, and the Shogun Connect is on sale, extended through the end of August to just under $1,000 at $999. So it is a great sale, and make sure that you're taking advantage of this all-in-one monitor, recorder, and encoder. Next up is Kiloview. Kiloview is a brand that we took on fairly recently, and we are in love with a lot of their encoders and decoders, specifically the N60 and the N50. Now, why do we like these ones so much? Well, simply because they have such a wide range of capabilities with resolution supporting up to 4K 60 frames per second. There's an HDMI model, there's an SDI model, and my favorite part is that it has an LED screen on the front of it, so you are able to know what the IP address of the unit is without having to go into your network switches, web GUI, or using NDI analysis. It tells you what the IP address is. You type that IP address into a web GUI. Bob's your uncle. You are able to set it to either encode or decode, pick what source you want to decode, and it really is that simple. And again, it's the N60 and the N50 available in either HDMI or SDI. These are bi-directional NDI encoder and decoders starting at $799 for the HDMI with the N60 and $999 with the N50 for SDI. Next, we're going to talk about JVC. JVC has a PTZ that is also having an extended rebate right now. This is all the way through October 31st. So this is an $800 instant rebate on the KY-PZ200 HD. This is a PTZ camera that has HDMI, SDI, and USB out. Specifically, that USB can show up as a webcam if you wanted to use it in Teams or Skype or Zoom, whatever platform you want to use it on. You can take that USB out, plug it in, and it'll show up as webcam. And then with that IR remote that comes included, you can control your pan, your tilt, your zoom, and even set presets and other things. Now, again, with that extended instant rebate, that puts that price of that camera, the KY-PZ200 HD, under $1,000 at just $999, which makes it a great deal and something that you're going to want to take advantage of being with that instant rebate. Next, we're going to talk about PTZOptics. The big news with the PTZOptics camera is that we have the Move SE PTZ camera in stock right now. And this camera starts at just $999. For the 12X model, it is $999, but they also have a 20X and a 30X model available. Now, if you are familiar with the PTZOptics Move 4K, the Move SE is very similar. It has HDMI, SDI, USB, and IP out. It has that same auto tracking capabilities that can be controlled by the IR remote, no additional software needed. The main difference with the Move SE compared to the Move 4K is the Move SE does not come natively with NDI. And I see that as a plus. Not everybody needs to use NDI. Some people just want to use SDI and an RS-232 controller. They don't need NDI, so you don't need to pay for the license. But PTZOptics makes it easy and says, oh, if you want NDI, you can pay for the license and get NDI afterwards, NDI HX. And the other difference is the Move SE goes up to 1080 60p, whereas the Move 4K goes up to 4K 60. But again, starting at $999, that makes this camera a fantastic camera to get into an entry-level live streaming setup with the ability to then add NDI in post, especially if you have, the budget maybe next quarter. Next, we're going to talk about Roland Professional AV. Roland put out their SR20 HD direct streaming AV mixer. Now, this is a mixer that came from Roland, and it is also on sale right now just for $995. Now, this is a switcher, audio mixer, video switcher, and encoder all in one. So you can have up to 8 inputs for audio connected to this, as well as 2 HDMI and 1 USB video input, and then you can mix all of that however you please and simultaneously send that stream to 2 CDNs of your choice at the same time. I know I said simultaneously and same time. I mean, that's a double. It's okay. And it also has a nice big screen on it so you can get a preview and program, as well as the ability to have 2 HDMI outs for either a preview and a program, or maybe you want to send that stream to maybe a Ninja or something to be able to then record externally as well. So again, the Roland SR20 HD direct streaming AV mixer is on sale for just $995, and it is a great all-in-one switcher and encoder if you want to get more in-depth control of your audio as well as your video. And again, just to recap, it is a video switcher, an audio mixer. You can have a preview out with one of the HDMIs. It also has the ability to record directly to an SD card, and then you can simultaneously stream to 2 destinations because it's also an encoder without the need to have a computer as well. SanDisk Professional. SanDisk Professional has their ProBlade modular SSD ecosystem. And we have talked about this recently, so we're not going to dive into it too much, but basically the way that this works is you have your ProBlade transport, which is basically your card reader, and then you have the SSD mags, which are your NVMe SSD drives. And all you really need to do is get one transport, and then you can get as many SSD mags as you want. And because all the SSD mag is that SSD drive, it can be significantly cheaper than getting a whole nother hard drive. And taking advantage of that, not only is it cheaper, but it's also smaller and takes up less space. So that's for when you want to be on the go. You have your transports connected to your camera, you can record directly to it, and then maybe if you're out in the field and you want to check your dailies, you can still plug that into your computer for your USB-C. But then say you want to get back to your workstation, well, that's when you can get the ProBlade station. And with the ProBlade station, you can connect up to 4 of the SSD mags at the same time and work off of them all simultaneously. And that's going to make your editing process much, much more streamlined. Now, I wanted to kind of break down a little bit of what I think would be a good starting point with this, with keeping it, again, underneath that $1,000 starting point. So in this math that I broke down here, you can get the SanDisk Professional ProBlade transport with a 2 terabyte ProBlade for $229. Then you can get another SSD mag for just on $189. So you're going to save $40 because all you need to do is get the NVMe drive. And then you're going to get the SanDisk Professional ProBlade station to connect to your computer, and that's $429. So if you add everything up, you're at $849.97 with 4 terabytes of storage that you can use both on the go and at your workstation. Now, Gary talked about this not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and he kind of broke this down, and I think he did a better job of explaining how you can save yourself some money and time. So let's have Gary kind of, nope, we're not going to do that. Sorry. We are going to do that.
The blades save you money. How do they save you money? This is a 2 terabyte drive. It's going to cost you $239. This is a system that is a blade, same size, 2 terabytes, and a transport coming to the same $229, saving a little bit more money. But now let's say we're going to buy an additional blade. I want to bit 2 more terabytes. Well, here's another $239. No, $189. I need another one. $189. Need another one. $189 each time. By the time I'm up to 3 blades, I've saved $150. If I go up to 10 blades, I'm going to save close to $500. And that's not including the fact that I hope to see in the future multi-blade discount packages where you could buy 2 or 4 blades at a bigger, better price, which isn't here yet, but I'm hoping to see that come, holiday time. So you can really save some money and think about the space you're saving also, because while these are small, they still take up space. I can have one of these and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a tremendous solution. I love it. It's good for saving space. It's good for saving time. They are fast as heck. The performance of these two is virtually identical. 2 terabytes, 2 terabytes. The difference is I can add more storage at $50 less. And every time I buy a new blade, I put $50 in my pocket. That's nice savings. That's real money. That adds up.
So as you could see, Gary was comparing the SanDisk Professional Pro Blade ecosystem directly to another SanDisk 2 terabyte hard drive, and you can see how it starts to save you money and space, and it is a great opportunity to get on-the-go storage and storage for back at your workstation. Next, we're going to move on to Panasonic Connect. Now, Panasonic Connect has their AWUE4 wide-angle 4K PTZ camera with IP streaming. So this camera has an HDMI out and a USB out as well as LAN out. But the good thing, the thing that catches my eye the most with the AWUE4 wide-angle 4K PTZ camera is that it not only supports PoE, but with that USB, it is Zoom certified. So that means that this camera is going to be up to all of the standards put in place for Zoom to say this camera will give you the best picture quality and work with Zoom calls. So available at for $895. This is a great camera to use in a webinar or a conference room or something like that. It's 4K and it's Zoom certified, so you really can't go wrong with that combination. Lastly, we are going to talk about YoloLiv. Excuse me. YoloLiv. Lastly, we're going to talk about YoloLiv. YoloLiv has their YoloBox Pro all-in-one monitor, recorder, encoder, switcher, touchscreen, 7-inch display. It literally is everything all in one. Now, this summer promo sale actually ended yesterday, but we still have some in stock. So let me explain what it is, and then we'll talk about how you can still get one for just $999. So the YoloBox Pro has 3 HDMI inputs on it, plus 1 USB. It has a mic in and a line in, so you can bring in multiple audio sources, multiple camera sources, and switch them all through this YoloBox tablet. And then not only can you do that, but you can add graphics and have transitions and lower thirds and scoreboards and all of that added from a removable SD card, which you can also record your video to as you are simultaneously streaming out to multiple destinations at the same time. Now, the YoloBox Pro promo did end yesterday, but we are offering an exclusive to Videoguys Live on Facebook and YouTube. If you give us a call at 800-323-2325 until the end of today, we will still give you that promo price at just $999. If you can't get on the phone with us today, that is all right. You can send us an email at sales@videoguys.com, or you can message us on our website with the chat box provided. This is only available until the end of today, so make sure that you take advantage of that. You're not going to see this price listed on our website. You have to make sure that you give us a call, and we will give it to you for that $999 promo price. And that is all of the summer deals that we wanted to talk about today that are available for less than $1,000. If you have any questions about anything that we talked about today, make sure to give us a call, 800-323-2325. And we are going to be live every Tuesday on Facebook and YouTube at 3 p.m. Eastern. This is Video Guys. My name is James Frasca. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Video Guys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.